Kenny Holt, my man, how you doing?
Hang it in, Randy. How's it going, man? Made it to the final day of February.
It's funny how January was felt like the longest month ever, and February is like done. We're March 1st in another hour or so.
It's crazy they do it on Black History Month to make it the shortest month of the year.
That's crazy, bro. That's a different topic for a different day. um, Welcome Friday night live at the Smackdown, February 28th. As Kenny mentioned, the final day of February. You can follow Kenny, as you can see, if you're watching live on X and YouTube. We have a little name tag thing going on. Kawabunga _K_E_N on X. Randy J Cruz, RENDY, the letter JCRUZ on X. Find the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also on Amazon Music. Go to youtube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Go ahead, download, rate, comment, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Show us some love and support for your boys on the program. Also, before I forget, ProWrestlingTees.com/Cruise Control for the 2 out of 3 Falls podcast t-shirt. If you're a fan, you want to go show some love and support, buy the t-shirt. It's on ProWrestlingTees.com/Cruise Control. As we mentioned, live on X, live on YouTube. Any questions, comments, feedback regarding Elimination Chamber tomorrow night, Smackdown tonight, even Raw back on Monday, anything you have to want to bring up in the world of professional wrestling, let's get right to it. So, Kenny, we do have Chamber tomorrow night. We just finished Smackdown. A couple of things to bring up. You know, we don't really review the whole entire show. That's not what we do here. So The Rock just had this video from the airport to Cody a little while ago. Cody was just going to talk about what's on his mind and the decision and what is he going to do, and he's hearing feedback from all the wrestlers. And he was in the ring with Michael Cole, and The Rock interrupted him. He got him a brand new car with the logo on it, and Rock is saying, "Don't break my heart." He got a new belt saying Cody Soul. And June 11th, 2015, the day Dusty Rhodes passed away, and "Don't break my heart again. I believe in you. I'll see you tomorrow night. Don't let me down." So now we're at the point where The Rock is just kind of like pressuring Cody to take his offer of being his champion or selling his soul to The Rock. What did you make of the ending? Hold up, before I do that, hold up. 4 matches is so damn whack, man. They have to stop. So four matches on the entire 3 hours. Is that correct?
Yep.
I mean, listen, Ice. If you were in that attitude era that I grew up on, you probably had the same amount of matches in a 2.5 hour program, 3 hours, and it was just how strong the storytelling was. And I mean, I hear you. I get it. The fans want more wrestling on the show, especially if it's 3 hours. For a 3 hour show, Kenny, what you got to give me at least 6 matches, at least
6 or probably 7. I mean, it's different when you're actually there. When you're actually live, so you'll probably expect more. But like, I guess if you're home, it's probably almost average the same. But yeah, a lot of us now we want to see more competing, more matches being had. So
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah, but it's, as you said before, as long as the stories, as long as the buildups are really good, it just makes it just fills in that slot, fills in that missing slot.
Okay, so real quick, so for Raw was 2.5 hours, 240 plus. Do you recall how many matches we had on Raw on Monday?
I think we had maybe like maybe 5.
Because what I'm seeing on social, that a lot of people are not feeling a certain way about SmackDown. Like SmackDown is not as strong or powerful as Raw, or SmackDown is dipping. I mean, do you feel that way? Do you feel Raw is the stronger show, or SmackDown is dipping since the merger to a 3 hour show?
I think For one, it's just real different, especially with the caliber of superstars who are no longer there, even though they're on the show.
Hmm.
Like a certain superstars were missing, and they're trying to fill in. So I feel like Smack Raw on Netflix has been when they first started off the 3 hour show, they came out the gate. Now they cut it down to what 2 hours and 30, probably 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Good. But SmackDown, it's been holding its own. I think it's been holding its own. But if you was to ask me to pick Raw on Netflix, I think I've enjoyed it a lot more than SmackDown. But SmackDown's been pretty good, especially the concepts they've been building up. Jacob
Yeah.
Fatu, Carmelo, and now we're seeing Cody.
Hmm.
The women's you know, tirade is carrying from SmackDown all the way to Raw. So it's a little buildup from there, but I feel like Raw probably is the stronger appetizer that we're
Okay.
getting. The stronger main course that we're getting. SmackDown is like the little side. NXT is the appetizer.
Okay.
So yeah, I would think SmackDown's good, but Raw still is holding. But I think that will all change soon after we see what happens after WrestleMania.
Okay. Raw on Netflix has been great.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been really good.
Is it because they go 240, 245, maybe 230 now as opposed to 3 hours?
That I think that too, because as much as we like the 3 hour show, it's still just it just within that time you got to create a lot of stuff to keep people hooked in. Like, all right, you got 3 hours. What can you do to hook an audience in or hook us in? What can you do
I
within
would
that
tell you
time?
what I would tell you what I'm not a fan of. There's certain things that whether it's Raw, SmackDown, they do something in segment one, and they don't. If I'm wrong, tell me they don't really thread it throughout the show. So, for
Yeah.
example, in the Attitude Era, if if The Rock attacked Stone Cold in segment one,
Okay.
in the remaining 2 hours, you're gonna see Stone Cold looking for The Rock or trying to find The Rock or get his receipts back. It's gonna thread through the entire show. On Monday, when Logan Paul smacks CM Punk in the face, you don't see Logan Paul or CM Punk for the entire remainder of the show.
Yeah. You
So
just
it's like, damn. So Punk got smacked, and what? He just drove home. All right, fellas, see y'all on Friday. Even today, you don't see Punk get the receipt back on Logan Paul unless you're gonna wait for that for Chamber. But still, it's like that wouldn't happen if that was the Rock Stone Cold back in the day. I'm gonna get my receipt back on the same night, or at least attempt to do that. When I saw Punk and he was bleeding too, I'm like, oh
yeah.
shit, we're gonna see Punk try to get Logan Paul back. We never saw both of them on the show the entire night. So I'm like, so those little things. If you give me a 3 hour program, you gotta like weave the story through to make it make sense. Because if you get smacked in the face, bro, and I don't see you, then it's like, all right, man. I went home.
Yeah, I mean, for one thing, they gotta like even without the main cards, like it'll be good to like show at least like one or two segments like piece together. I mean, just to show something like okay, this is still gonna boil over that makes you look on for the next either the
Yeah,
next show or next week. Yeah, they could build some more about that, but I think they're trying to just showcase everyone, show more regarding all the talent, utilize all of them, not just the main card talents like we all know. So
true.
we want to use everybody, but also too, I feel like if you are, let's see more initial segments. I like the thing what they're doing with the walking camera, like you're
Hmm.
walking in their point of view. That's really been good.
That's dope.
That's been really good. Like you see so many, we're seeing, and you see so many superstars in the back, and that just creates the imagination of what story can possibly happen. You see Shinsuke in the background, you see wrestlers conversing,
Yeah,
all laying in the back. So that just creates the imagination right there in the wrestling multiverse. So
yeah.
that's been pretty good.
All right, so let's go to SmackDown. The
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
Rock, Cody. What do you make of it? does it change your optics about tomorrow and what Cody's gonna say, or is it gonna accept? Is he gonna say no and someone take his spot? We saw Punk told Cody that accept, but turn it some bit sideways and do all that stuff. And do you think that there's a plot that people are trying to get Cody to say no because they want to reap that benefit of being that kind of the champion for The Rock?
I think they all do, but I think The Rock has his eyes set on who he wants, and it's Cody. He doesn't want
Yeah.
someone else but Cody. There's a reason why he wants Cody this bad. Is Cody's the hot commodity. Cody has something that he wants. I think it's the title, but for The Rock, he wants the American Nightmare. He wants his soul. But I
Hmm.
think after tonight's segment, man, I think that I saw it. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yo, if I'm Cody and he said, yo, I got what I want. I got this right here to show this belt that shows this, this date. It's the day your father died. I'm just
Hmm.
like, this son of like, yo, I don't know
Nah,
what was worse. You whooping me on a belt that had my mom's name on it while I'm bleeding, or this one saying, hey,
that's
I'm
right.
gonna take, I want your soul. And guess what? I have a belt that actually shows the day your father died. Cody's soul is mine.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I'm Cody Rhodes, I'm getting a bullwhip and I'm whooping the Brahma Bull's ass. Cause man,
Exactly.
what kind of shit? You're like, bro, but yeah,
Yeah.
the Rock is truly unhinged. I
The
know we,
Rock is losing it, man. He's
but
thirsty for Cody Rhodes for all of a sudden. All of a sudden, he wants Cody Rhodes to be his guy.
I think this is gonna be a big I think now with all this pressure, Cody was getting all the as soon as he came into the arena, he was escorted to like a private sector, a private
Mhm.
room, all the
Yeah.
private food. It's basically Rock was showing him the type of living that he will be able to have, even though Cody can basically get it himself. But like,
Yeah.
he's like, this is different status. You can get this, you can get everything, the food, the glory, the treatment,
Yeah.
treated like a king, the gifts. Give him that whole Raptor truck. But I think that Cody's going to, possibly decline his offer. Now, here's the thing though.
Mhm.
He's going to decline the offer, Randy. And I think that The Rock is saying, well, guess what? It just came to my mind after the show. He said, guess what? You can reject me, but guess what? Your soul's still going to be mine. And I think that the Cody is going to work for The Rock like he has no choice. It's against his will.
Mm.
He's gonna make
Okay.
him and Cody. That could be a possibility how Cody does a heel turn. He has no choice, and he's going to
Mhm.
turn heel. He has no choice to work for The Rock. It's against his will and his better judgment. So
Mm.
he's gonna be forced to be his champion. He's like, I want your soul. Just the way how The Rock was wording this promo tonight, like, your soul will be mine. Like it will be mine, either hell or high
Mhm.
water. And no matter what, either yes or no, I'm going to have your soul. So I think that's what's going to happen.
It's like either that or like, "All right, bro, if you tell me no, as long as you're champion, Imma make your life a living hell." That's just like what Vincent Stone Cold did. Like, "All right, if you're the champ, Imma get you this contender. Imma get this contender. Imma put you in this match." It's like your life is not gonna be easy as long as you're champion. And I feel like it's not gonna be Cody. I feel if anybody was to take that offer, it's down to three people. CM Punk, which I think he's more on the lower part of the. If I did it, he's a third option.
Hmm.
Um, the top two might be Cena and Drew McIntyre. I've been seeing a lot of Drew McIntyre on my timeline about he's the rumored winner of the chamber, and people were in an uproar about, oh, why would you spoil it? And like, we don't know if he's gonna fucking win or not. Could he win? I mean, I think he is a dark horse. I wouldn't be shocked if Drew was the winner. But I always feel in the back of my mind, you may not see it at Chamber, but a guy like Cena who, and I mentioned this earlier on the show with Graham. Cena's probably Cena and Punk are probably the two most desperate people in this match to get to get what they want, which is to main event WrestleMania for CM Punk and for John to at least compete for the 17th World Championship. So it's like, all right, how do I do that? I gotta win the chamber. That's number one. And then number two, when you get to WrestleMania, against a Cody Rhodes, it's gonna be it's excuse me, it won't be easy. So you might need outside help, outside counsel, if I may. And if you get the outside help from The Rock to achieve what you're looking for, then that's the ultimate heel turn, whether it be Cena or Punk or Drew McIntyre. So I don't think it's Cody Rhodes. I think Cody should be heel, but not align himself with The Rock. That could be down the road. But I'm looking for a Punk or Cena or Drew McIntyre. It ain't gonna be Priest. It ain't gonna be Seth Rollins. I think those three are the major three candidates that could fuck with The Rock. And to go against Cody Rhodes for the next foreseeable future. Because if it ain't Roman Reigns, then it's like, all right, this is what we got.
This almost reminds me of.
Hold on. I think Cody needed this kind of story going to Mania. He's good always, but not as much when he's floating through feuds. This is his lane.
Yeah, we talked about this before. Remember he won the title, then he was at stints where he was fighting just like either random opponents. It really didn't almost stick, like probably two PLEs, and then
Yeah.
that was it. AJ Styles, that was like for two times, but nothing really else built with that. Then he fought KO, like a friendship match, and after that, he really didn't
Yeah.
for a while after that. So I agree with you, Ice.
You, you know what I hate about Cody Rhodes? And I don't know if it's himself or he's supposed to do it.
What's up?
It's like when someone's talking to him in the ring and a promo backstage, he always looks like sad. He always looks like a kid, like he's about to cry or something. Like, bro, am I wrong?
I mean,
I know you notice it.
I've been noticing it, but a lot more
Like,
heavy as champion. Even when he lost against Roman and when they were in LA, when he was just like, yeah, but I think it's
he
now. I don't know if they try to.
confused. He looks
He looks
like
defeated. He looks real
yeah, he
defeated
looks defeated. Like he
as
looks like
a champion.
overwhelmed. Like when you told me Punk said, "I'll stab you in the front." He's like,
Yeah, he's like, "You gonna stab me?"
when
Okay.
The Rock talking to him, he's like, I'm like, bro, why you always have the same fucking face when these guys talk to you? Because it's the same face. It's like they mention his pops and the Rose family, and it's like he just gets too emotional. I'm like, bro, like when people talk to Roman when he was champion in a promo, he's like this.
I
Like
don't know.
what?
I
Like
think.
come tell me something. But Cody's always got that look on his face, like, bro, like
Ooh,
come on, like don't. That's the theater kid background.
I don't know if that's his own poker face.
And it was good, bro. Cody can't handle the pressure of being a champ. And
Mm,
this is the point that
actually,
me and Kenny and Terrence mentioned last week, where it related to we mentioned the quote from Dark Knight. It's like either you die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. Where it's like, damn, I can't cut it. I got mad pressure. It's all on my back, and Punk's Punk's out to get me. The Rock wants to get me. Roman and all these guys. Kevin Owens wants to take my head off, and I have no friends. And it's the chase of getting to a championship is like, all right, I got my story. But now you're not the hunter no more. You are the hunted. People are coming for you and coming for your neck. Now you got to remain at the top. But it just his demeanor is like, yo, you can't be wearing the suits and all that. And then when people cut a promo on you, you're looking like real sad, like real emotional.
you gotta be the male line. You can't be no. You gotta be a male line. You just can't be a cub.
But we know once he's a heel all that is out the window.
Of course,
He ain't doing that shit no more.
but the thing is, I think you're stating, Randy, even if as a champion, all great champions that held the belt,
Yeah.
they had something about them, like some sort of attitude, some aggression, some type of stint that really made them stand out. Like, all right, this guy's a champion that we're fight. And but recently, like every time he has this title, even when he tries to be friends, buddy, he doesn't have really like ticked off. He's angry. I'm like, all right, this is good, but you gotta have a better poker face with it. You
So
gotta have a
you feel Cody's missing something, and that something is the poker face to let people know, like, if you're feeling a certain way, you're not showing that. Like,
yeah,
that's
because
what he's missing.
look, when like okay, if I was to say someone current,
Yeah.
when Punk comes to the ring as champion,
Oh yeah.
you already know he's like he
You
comes
know the
in,
vibe.
he knows the vibe, arrogant. He's like, I'm the best in the damn world, and guess what? I don't care. You could say, guess what? But you not champion. You can't beat me. Roman Reigns, as you said, you going to acknowledge me even if you boo me. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna get it there. Back to in. Rock comes in, just glares, stares. He has a control with that. Austin, the same face that we
Yeah.
know, just has it right there.
Even
Triple.
Cena didn't portray that.
Yeah, Cena had a strong poker face as well. As much people gave him the up and downs, like John Cena commanded his own type of respect too, and his poker face. Like, all right, you know what? We hate him, but guess what? He's the champion. That was one
Yeah.
thing about it. But
Real quick,
uh,
I just want to thank got over 140 people who've just tapped in. We appreciate y'all doing this live on Twitter, X, YouTube, right after SmackDown. Any questions, comments, feedback you have regarding SmackDown, even Raw, tomorrow, Chamber, WrestleMania, whatever you want to get off your chest, hit us up in the chat. Thank you to Ice and our boy Anthony so far. But yeah, I just felt, you know, and again, Cody does not have a match tomorrow. Um,
so
back in the day, you would have a match at Chamber. You would defend the title at Chamber, inside the Chamber back in the day.
yes,
Now it's like, all right, fam, day off. You and Cody and Rhea, you take a day off. You ain't got to scrap until WrestleMania. We haven't even seen Rhea in a match since what, the Netflix
yeah,
show? No, the the Saturday Night Main Event, right?
yeah,
Uh,
against Nia
Naya.
Jax. Yeah,
All right, so mid to end of January, so over a month, we haven't seen Rhea in the ring. I think we've seen Cody participate in a match in the last month or so, right?
a tag team match with Jimmy,
Right.
a tag
Okay.
team
Yeah.
match with Jimmy. But it's it'll just be wild to see because I know prior to that aggression, even PG, like the champion will always compete, even though we know they probably wouldn't lose, but they would
Yeah.
still fight. They would still in any type of stipulation or an opponent.
Um.
But I think that this is like, oh man, with Cody, I know backtrack for tonight. It reminded me so much of Def Jam Fight for New York. I don't know if you ever played that, Randy.
I might have.
So there's a part in Def Jam Fight for New York where you're sided with D Mob and you're fighting against Crow. And Crow is the basically antagonist in the game. You win, you beat all his clubs,
Hmm.
and he takes your girl. So guess what?
Wow.
Crow says, guess what? You're gonna have to, if you want her back, I want you to get my clubs back from D Mob. So you're gonna turn on the person you worked for. You work for me now. And throughout the whole game, as you're playing, your character has to look like this, like, I don't want to do this, but I have to. He just has that look like he owns me look. And every match and every time he has that same demeanor. You beat up the guy, he's like, he
Mm.
turns it so that's, I will say it relates to that. That's like a little sidetrack. So it gives a little that. So will Cody be forced against his will? I think so.
Nah.
I think Cody will be forced against his will to, because The Rock said almost, I feel like The Rock, hell and high water, says, your soul will be mine, hell or high water.
So if you were a betting man, if it's not Cody at Chamber to accept the offer, not saying the offer has to be accepted at Chamber, but who's the betting? Who would you bet on to take Cody's spot to sell their soul to The Rock?
I think it could be CM Punk. And
Mm.
from that point, it ties back to a lot with the history and what Punk said in that promo earlier with him. I'll stab you in the front, but I ain't afraid to stab you in the back as well. Or I stab you in the back, or I stab you in the front. Drew will be too easy. I feel like Drew will be too easy as the mercenary. Like Drew will be too easy, but it has to be someone that like
That
he
you that you don't expect.
that he wouldn't probably expect. Like he probably would like it would throw him off. Drew is too predictable, in my opinion.
So it's got to be Cena,
I say, mm, if the
bro.
match
Could you imagine?
that
It's
would be
it's
the
it's
biggest
Cena
plot
and
twist.
Cody at Mania, and they're scrapping, and Cena's like, "Damn, I can't beat this fucking guy," and he's nervous, he's anxious, he's tight. Now, I think my thing is this: no matter what happens, how does The Rock? How do you? How does what does The Rock do at Mania? It's like, is he gonna go out there and go down the aisle like the man did at 17 to help Austin? Like, what is he? What is that help? And also, by the way, breaking news: we still had the favor from Punk that he has to have put out
Ding
there. So
from
you
Paul
have
Heyman.
this take your soul aspect. You have CM Punk with the favor. Um, I my point was, if Cena looks so desperate, how do you get The Rock to help him? And then at the do you go off WrestleMania, whether it's night one, probably night two, or go off night two with like The Rock and Cena like shaking hands, even though a year prior Rock was rock bottoming Cena in WrestleMania 40, but now it's like you
Mm,
got your 17th World Championship, and now you belong to me until December. Like, I don't. It's a weird situation.
I think your prediction, what you said last show, that we never saw Cena get that really big heel turn when he was a face. This can really be, as Ant said, this could be a really wild card if you have Cena,
Mhm.
who is on the farewell tour. He goes out as the bad guy. That will be the ultimate flip, and I think that will sell. That will
And
sell.
that's the point that Graham was making earlier. Is like, why? And I get the question. He said, why would you turn Cena heel? Why would you turn Cena heel now when he has a few months left in the company, when you could have did it 20 years ago? And I'm like, well, maybe it just wasn't the right time to do it. Like, he's gonna stop wrestling in December. Like, might as well just fucking do it now. He might still get cheered. He's not Hollywood Hogan 96 heel. Um, I just think his microphone skills is and what he can say in a sparring exhibition will make him, damn. See, you're a fucking dickhead, bro. I don't like you no more. Like, that's the kind of that's what's gonna make him heel. And the same for Punk. If it's Punk, he'll get you on the microphone. Like, you be like, I can't stand this dude. And that's the one advantage he and Cena have over Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes in a sparring promo, he's not beating CM Punk. He's not beating The Rock. He's not beating John Cena. So those three can be the mega heels. It's just like, damn, how do you get there? Like, it just, I don't know.
Mm, I think
And
it could.
what kind of help are you providing? Are you gonna go out there with a steel chair, brass knuckle? Are you gonna attack? Are you gonna rock bottom Cody Rhodes and then Cena gets the pin? Like, oh, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I think it could all turn out, and it's like yeah.
Superman going corporate will be.
Oh,
Hmm?
perfect. This is like if it's Superman going corporate, John
I'm
Cena.
with it. I'm with
It,
it.
it's Superman. Is Superman when he went all in justice and all in black. This is all black Superman. So he might
Yeah,
be the Injustice Superman.
it's like
So John Cena, the Injustice corporate. Cena.
Bro, it's like when you saw Stone Cold get the help from McMahon at 17. And not now what that was '01. I'm like
Yeah,
18, 19 years old. I'm not really thinking really deep diving into,
13, 12, 13.
you know, and I
Yeah.
see that. I'm like, oh shit, Stone Cold. And you hear Jim Ross, oh, you son of a bitch. I was there when you had surgery. Why would you go with the devil? And it's like, oh shit, Stone Cold went heel. But it wasn't like, oh, come on, man. Why Stone Cold go heel, man? It should have been like my thinking prowess back then is not what it is now. We're not really deep diving about it. But that's the only comparison you could probably do because you never thought Stone Cold to go back to heel. Cena would go heel for the very first time. That's the difference. We're seeing Punk be heel mad times. Drew McIntyre, Seth
Of course.
Rollins. Seeing Cena in the year of 2025 heel for the very first time is like, oh, that's very interesting television. If I'm gonna maximize your time remaining in the company, why not just go ahead and do it? You know,
Right.
just try it out.
I would say
That's
why
all I'm
not?
saying.
That would be a big twist. I think either way, big twist. But I think people are gonna love it either way, good or
Yeah.
bad.
What else we got? So I thought LA Knight was the number one guy for the US title before the show started. Then they had him do this triple threat, three whatever matches go on, and he still ends up being number one contender for Nakamura's US title.
Again,
Again, which okay, a little confused about that, but yeah. So LA Knight, Shinsuke at some point in time, I don't think it's that Chamber.
I just think
Um,
that they're facing off either next week on the show or so. My thing is this: I'm mad Shinsuke got the title, but we don't see that much from it. A lot of the titles, except the tag team
no,
titles, have been really progressed and like ventured with. Like Shinsuke won the U.S. title at Saturday Night, or I
no,
forget
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. He won it, but I'm like very limited, and so we're just seeing that. I'm like, come on,
I was happy when he won it. It just now it's like, all right, December goes by, January, February, and it's like he's still champion. Like, but you're not seeing him on
compete
on the
for it.
show defending it, which is it goes for a lot of champions, by the way.
We have
You
a
don't
lot of we had a lot of competition that we can see matches, singles matches happen. We have a
do,
lot of
do you miss that? Do you miss the fact that and if Ant you were still watching Ice, do you still miss the fact that champions like heavyweight champions are they used to defend the titles on the Raw, on the SmackDown back in the day. Like, not saying they were going to lose, but they still defended. But now it's like, if you win it, like I told Graham earlier, if you win it, you know what? We're going to put you on ice until SummerSlam, Mania, Rumble. But like, yo, you could have a match on a
yeah.
particular Raw, SmackDown, defend title, and I seen Taker defend against Jeff Hardy. Did I think Jeff Hardy was going to win that night? Probably not. Great match, but still, it was a title defense. Like, damn, man, Jeff Hardy, that's a real dope dude right there. Up and coming and whatnot. You don't even get that now. Like, can I see Cody defend against Carmelo and all that? Yeah, Andrade, somebody like, but
Yeah,
he's not out there.
let them at least. I would like that.
Cody's not that busy. Or
Let
Rhea.
let the characters feel like the ones who are not champions. Make them feel worthy of saying like, "Yo," or the exposure
Yeah.
of knowing like they're able to compete for this title. And guess what? They'll
Mhm.
win it one day, just not now.
Yeah.
Let them compete for a title. Let them compete for the title. Yeah, they'll lose, but
Yeah.
let them get the exposure. Let the fans see that this person's capable of winning this title, but maybe also he may go for another title down the line. Like I said, only
Yeah.
titles I see that are actually being like used a lot more is the women's tag titles and yeah, that's it. The women's tag titles, the Raws,
And the men's tag titles,
the War Raiders on the
the
SmackDown
SmackDown ones.
DIY, yeah, DIY. The War Raiders, they've done it. They only did it once they won
Yeah.
it, like the first week, 2 weeks after that. They
Yeah.
like cold as ice. I really forgot they were champions. So
Yeah, not really feeling war raiders, by the way.
yeah, so
Not
my
really.
thing is get the champions like Braun Breaker. I almost had a break. I was like, oh, that's right, he's the IC champion. I'll be forgetting. Lyra Valkyria, she's been holding it down as the women's IC title, so that's pretty good.
Okay.
Chelsea Green, yeah.
I feel like all champions that are not Roman needs to defend the championship.
I still think Roman still should defend too, but yeah,
Yo, listen, Roman Reigns had a well-deserved 4 years as champion, a vacation, time off, well deserved. So he can chill out. Um, I I don't know, bro. I come from the cloth of like, all right, defend the title. Not saying every fucking day, but I just want to see. Cause honestly, you're a Rhea fan. But
right.
when's the last time you saw Rhea Ripley on Raw? When she was in the ring with Charlotte?
She was in the ring with in the back with EO Sky. No, I lied. She was being interviewed in the stands, and that's when EO Sky came up and said, I'm gonna face you for the title. That's next week on Raw.
Hmm.
So they wasn't even in the ring, but that was just like an interview. So that's pretty much it.
Right, but my point is, you want to see Rhea compete.
Yeah, like someone
You
compete
know?
against her, like tag match or non-title match. Like hold your own. Like know that champion or not, I'm still that person. I'm still
Yeah,
that force.
because you know what's bugged out? It is about to be March 1st, and the fact that WrestleMania is another month and a half away. So it's like, damn, you got time to fucking fill. Which is why, like, I'm thinking, like, damn, the second Saturday main event should have been like in between this time period and not January. They did it in December and not January. Like, bro, you could have fit this in right now, but now you have a whole another month and a half of programming to get to WrestleMania. There's no March pay per view. So like, damn, and you push back WrestleMania to the 19th and 20th. So it's like, whoa, okay. So what are we what are
Well,
we gonna do for the next month and a half?
that's I think what is it? The next month and a half they going overseas to do like more of the shows for international and some house shows.
Yeah, the end mid to end of March.
Yeah, I hope that we see some. Usually around this time before WrestleMania, we always see house shows like the Road to WrestleMania,
Yeah.
like pretty good. So I hope we see some more house shows for that.
Too much talent on the main roster not to have champions not defend. Like the US IC titles need to be roster regular. Yeah. It
Yeah,
just you got all these championships,
and
but
they just collecting dust. They just collecting dust.
I see the same people on Raw and SmackDown. Like, hey,
They
where they at?
collecting dust. They don't let them defend. Like, come on, let Otis and Tozawa fight for the tag team titles. Let someone
You know what I don't like? Oh, we're gonna do a fatal four way for the number one contender. It's like,
just throw
man.
someone in and let them fight and let it build off from there.
But give me a story. I'm not again not saying that the Attitude Era did not do that. I'm saying more times than enough. There was a story. There was a rivalry. You start off at the Royal Rumble. I threw you out. We built to Mania, and then at that time, Mania. If I take an L at Mania, oh, I get you back at Unforgiven. Like it just keeps on. I get you at Backlash. It keeps on going. Oh, this Fatal Four Way, number one contender. It's
I
just like
guess,
no. Give me a story, bro.
but I guess probably having too much talent and creating too many stories, you don't know what's going to happen in the multiverse. So
Yeah.
it's just too much to brain part. So it's a good thing to have a lot of talent, but it can also be a double. It could be also be a double-edged sword to have too much good
Hmm.
talent. You don't know what to work with because everyone's good, and you don't know where to put them. You don't have that much time and that many rings or champions available.
All right, Kenny. Let's get to Elimination Chamber.
Yes, sir.
For those who are watching the 180 plus, thank you.
Yes,
Any
yes.
questions, feedback? We're doing this live. Kenny and I think Terrence will be doing the post show
Hmm.
following Chamber tomorrow night. So definitely want to hear from you guys and your reactions because it's the final piece to knowing what we got going on at WrestleMania. So we got 4 matches, as far as I know, on the card for Chamber. Um, the first match, I would bet it would be the women's Chamber match, which
Yeah,
will be Bailey, Liv
they.
Morgan,
Mhm.
Alexa Bliss, Roxanne
Roxy
Perez,
Perez.
Raquel Rodriguez, and Naomi.
Raquel's not in there.
Son of a bitch. It's
It's six. Liv, Bailey, Naomi, Bianca,
Bianca. That's what I forgot.
Roxanne, Liv.
There you go. All right. You still have Bianca.
Bianca's winning it, and we're going to see the reveal of Jay Cargill.
I'm telling you right now. I said I've been saying Bianca for the longest, and
Yeah, damn right it was me, Jade.
Bianca's my 1A. If I have to pick a sleeper
A
or
sleeper.
like a 1B, all I'm saying is do not be shocked if Liv Morgan wins that match. Do not be shocked. Do you want that? Probably not, but don't be shocked because she definitely has momentum. She's the tag
Yeah,
champion now.
yep.
I mean,
Uh,
I
it's
just think
it's
Bianca and then Liv. That's it.
okay. I got. I think I'm gonna go with Bianca winning. Bianca's gonna be my top one. My
Yeah.
sleeper is. Hmm, oof, I'm gonna give it to the new talent. I think
Roxanne
Roxanne might go. The new talent, new blood.
or Alexa.
Too soon.
Yeah.
I think too soon. Respect to Alexa, love her,
Hmm.
but still too soon. We need to see more, and I think this she's gonna go on the little turn with the
Right.
Wyatts
Okay.
kids.
All right. So we have Bianca slash Liv slash Roxanne. Match two. We have the tag team match with Tiffany and Trish against Nia and Candice LeRae. I
Yep.
assume
Yeah,
Trish
yeah.
and Tiffany are gonna win that match.
Trish and Tiffany, but I think also too Charlotte Flair is gonna come out and impose her will. She might cost her the match,
True.
and she might come out to really just stapled it like this. All right, guess what? Playtime is over.
That's
It's the
right.
queen's time now. You on Tiffy time? Now, guess what? Your time is numbered. Tiffy
That's
time
right.
is numbered. So after this match is going to be the start between Tiffany and Charlotte actually having some real beef leading up to WrestleMania.
Okay. So do you have Nia and Candice with interference from Charlotte, or you got Tiffy and Trish taking an L in Toronto?
I think Trish and Tiffy are going to win in Toronto, but Charlotte's going to come out in some sort of
At
impact
some point.
at some point.
Um, then I assume the segment with Cody and The Rock and
Let's leave
w-
that last.
nah, I think that's gonna come in the middle.
I think you think that's going to come right before the men's chamber.
Yeah, I think so.
So Cody's probably going to say no. The Rock
Yep.
says you're going to regret this decision.
Yeah.
You're gonna regret it.
And then later on, you might see something.
Hmm.
Um, then you have KO and Sammy unsanctioned match,
I feel like they're both gonna knock each other out, and they're both gonna go unconscious.
and then what? And do it again in WrestleMania.
Maybe some type of way. This time will be I don't know, sign your contract on the line or something.
Oh
But I
shit!
feel like if they're gonna push each other to the limit, I mean, ooh, the Viper might return during this match.
Very likely, very likely, and what costing KO the match? I would assume because he ain't coming out there for Sami Zayn.
Yeah, the Viper might return and help and take out Kevin, and then we have Kevin Owens and Randy Orton possibly at WrestleMania.
And KO has been losing a lot lately, so it's like, hey, if I take an L to Sammy, I'm probably gonna lose to Randy at WrestleMania. Like
Unless they
S-
change it, he wins against Sammy and
Sammy.
he loses against Randy, or he might win against Randy.
And then what does Sami Zayn do at Mania?
Sammy might align himself with someone to face. I think Sammy might align himself to face someone, or he's gonna maybe he may be joining that secret faction that might form, that faction of hate, or he might end up becoming a part of the corporate final boss faction.
Okay, this is interesting. I've never heard this. Yeah, what if The Rock threw Cody in the chamber match if he said no?
That's a damn free for all. They just get his ass whooped.
Like, what you tell me no, bro? You know what? Uh, Cody Rhodes, you are defending your champion.
In the Elimination Chamber?
I mean, there's no other reason for Cody to be in there.
Yeah, it's not, but
Or The
oof,
Rock says, you know what? I'm putting myself in the chamber match.
no.
So you don't want that.
That is
You
not
don't
gonna
want Rock in the chamber.
Rock is not gonna bring his ass into no Elimination
Listen,
Chamber,
I'm
man.
breaking news. You know, Rock can do whatever he wants.
Breaking news. We need Fast 11.
No, no, we don't.
Yes,
No,
Fast
we
10
don't.
was good.
Fast and Furious should have ended many years ago.
It should have, but Fast 10
Yes,
was really good. But
I didn't
no,
even see Fast. That's the one. That's with the guy from Aquaman.
yeah, Jason Momoa. It was really good.
I
I
didn't
would
see.
say
I didn't
look
see
for that.
9, 10.
I mean, they went in space. I know it's crazy, but yeah.
Come on, bro.
But
Once a dude start doing the outer space stuff and the spaceships, how you go from race cars
took GTA
to
missions.
fucking I'm saving the planet. Like what we doing? Them that and the fucking transporter annoy me because it's like and Vin
Transporter
Diesel
was
like they never get hurt. They all these car crashes. All it's like no scratches on the bodies. Like yo, bro, really, Vin Diesel, you went over the cliff and
yeah,
you landed perfectly and
he yanked
transported to like all right, bet.
he yanked down a whole
Come
yeah,
on,
and transported to you ain't get hurt from a whole plane crash landing in the
yeah.
Atlantic Ocean, but
And then all Vin is gonna do, all right, you know, this is family. Like, oh, come
for
on, man.
family. What a, but I don't think The Rock's gonna get in. But that's a nice little concept if you have Cody get thrown into the chamber and weaken him up before Mania, or just
He throws Roman in there.
throw Roman in there. That'd be a big tie, and then, but that's just gonna create probably Roman versus Seth
True.
to Mania. Roman's not gonna
Yeah.
win, so we know it's probably gonna be
Yeah.
between Cena or Punk, but
I think
that's
it's Roman and Seth at Mania.
Roman and Seth at Mania, and then we have Drew against Priest. Drew
Hey,
against Priest.
man.
I feel like they're gonna go because tonight's promo they were really cutting.
Yeah. All right. So men's chamber: Cena, Logan, Drew, Damian, Seth, and Punk.
Yeah, Cena or Punk is winning.
The match is about to start right now. You got to make a pick. Who you going with?
Punk,
CM Punk. All right.
CM Punk. Who you picking?
Son of a bitch. I think Cena.
Mm,
One thing we have not literally we have not seen John Cena since what the press conference, right?
yeah, that's at the press conference at Royal Rumble.
I thought he would have been out tonight. I thought he would have been.
That was Logan Paul trolling like
I
hell.
know.
This one was worse.
Cuz like
Um,
I think I you know why I think Cena, because that's the kind of match that we're going to we got to this is you need to be here to promote this match more frequent on SmackDown, on Raw, leading up to WrestleMania. You can't be like, Cena wins Chamber, then I see you at Mania. No, it has to be that every kind of week or every other week to promote the match, promo, do something segments with Cody leading up to it. Like because then it's like, what's the point of the world tour if you ain't really here? Like we haven't seen him since what, January? No,
Yeah,
February. I'm bugging February.
February, yeah, but
Early
he's
February.
he's going to be in that much time because he's retiring. I know they want to give him the 17 title, but
And
maybe it's
Even Flair said if anybody wants to break the record, it will be Charlotte number one, obviously. Um, Cena or Randy Orton.
yeah, but I don't know. Cena's about to retire, and he's not gonna put his body to that much turmoil to do it a lot. So
Uh,
that's why I see
let's fantasy book the chamber. Who you think are the two people that's going to start off chamber? I think the four pod people, Cena, definitely Cena.
Cena, Punk.
I think Punk. I think
Uh,
Seth starts off.
Seth is gonna start off against.
Who? Logan Paul
mm,
or Damian Priest or Drew McIntyre?
ooh, no, it's gonna be Logan Paul and Seth.
Logan and Seth are going to start off
Yeah, Drew is gonna be in the pod, and then Priest is gonna be in the pod.
along with Punk and John Cena.
Yes. So you
And we
have
did
Seth.
say the final three are going to be Logan, Punk, and Cena.
Yeah.
And
So
how does Roman get in the chamber? Or, let's say Roman is involved. How do we set that up where him and Seth go at it? He's got a
I don't think I think all the pods open up. No one starts getting eliminated when all of them are out of the pods.
because you can't really get in from the outside. I mean, even if you're beneath the ring, you still can't get
I mean,
in there.
I feel like it opened before. Didn't it open? Well, no, that was the
No, there's like one door and it's like chained, and unless
someone's
Roman's gonna be his inner Kane from 1997, um, or they start, the regular shit. They start fighting. Someone gets cut up. Yo, I need the EMT, and the door fucking opens up and get the stretcher out. Oh, the door's open now. Now that's my time to get in there. That's how they always.
yeah. I mean,
Or as someone is eliminated, they're walking out. They got to get out. Boom,
they
somebody
click
comes in.
through the door. Someone holds it with their hand, and it's
Yeah,
Roman.
bro. That's always the bullshit with the cages. Like, oh, someone's hurt. Got to get them out of here. That door opens up and everybody wants to start fighting outside.
Yeah. So I think those is gonna transfer outside the chamber.
Roman's gonna sneak in like Shawn Michaels. Oh yeah, yeah.
That could be pretty good.
I'm telling you, Roman got to pull up tomorrow.
Or the Rock comes out with some bolt cutters and
Yeah.
cuts the chain off the cage.
So that's well, we know Rock's gonna be there tomorrow, so he's got to have some involvement. He might watch the match from the outside. He might be on commentary or something. Like I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting, to say the least. But are you? I see on social a lot of people say I'm not really into the chamber. I'm not really into the WrestleMania season, because it's probably the matches they don't want to see. And I think we just have to be like, hey, listen, we don't work for the company. We don't make the fucking matches. We can fantasy book this all we want, but the bottom line is we're still gonna watch it regardless. Um, and I think it'll be a pretty good WrestleMania, a pretty good chamber. But if you don't get the Rock and Roll, which I want, if I don't get that, I'm not gonna be like, fuck this shit. I ain't watching no more. It just, some just gotta like just understand this is what it is. Like, that's it.
Yeah, we're fans.
You're fans.
We're fans. We like this. I mean, we want a lot of fans want what they can't have. I mean, you go to work, you want the salary that you want to work for, but they don't give it to you.
That's right.
I mean, we wanted what we have, but yeah. Now, will we probably be excited? Yes. But
Yeah.
sometimes are we disappointed? Yes. But that's just what makes it, with wrestling what it is.
Hey man, we never got a Bret Hart Shawn Michaels part 2.
We never got Undertaker. You know,
And who?
we never got Undertaker fight within the early 2000s like he was hurt. We never got Triple H fighting during the Alliance era. We never got Austin versus Brock Lesnar in King of the Ring. We never got a lot of things. I mean, there
Hold on,
was
Taker fought every year in 2000 except
well the
2000.
well I meant like the early 2000s, late 99, because I know he was like injured.
He did
So
for 99. Okay, hold up. You talk about WrestleMania?
like WrestleMania 16 is the one WrestleMania he never. I don't think he.
Yeah, that was 2000.
Yeah, 2000. But I'm talking about. All right, I may have used that wrong. He didn't come after like Survivor Series 99. He didn't come when McMahon and Triple H were feuding, where he was supposed to fight Triple H in like a casket match, but Taker took a walk. He just left out
Yeah,
on him, and he never saw him for Royal Rumble, No Way Out, and then he returned on Judgment Day. So I think he was repairing a
yeah, 'cause
knee.
he was hurt.
Yeah,
Legit.
so I was interested. I'm like, dang, why we didn't see him for that? There's a
That's
lot of
crazy. You had Stone Cold and Taker out
Stone
hurt.
Cold and Taker were both out. And if anything, this is my thing. Kane should have been a champion more than one time than losing it on Raw, like the Big Red Machine Kane.
And that's a perfect little convo.
So
Back then,
it is. It is what it
if
is.
I'm gonna write it down. When we had 56.
Yeah.
Back then, when Kane had the belt for one day
Yes.
and he beat well, he won over Stone Cold with the first blood and all that.
Yeah.
If that happened today, you know how of an uproar that would be. That's like
Big.
saying Cody loses a first blood match to X when you know that guy did not bloody Cody in the first place.
Right.
But then he gets to go on Raw the following night and beat that guy and get the belt back.
Right.
I think it'll be different now. I think people would feel like, okay, why would they have Cody lose at a first in a first blood match, and then why would they have X lose the belt after one day? This should make no sense. It made perfect sense in 1998.
It did.
It did, and nobody really cared. Like, no one cared. Like no uproar. Yo, why Kane drop the belt in one night? It just added to the layer
To
of
the
the
story.
story with Stone Cold, Taker,
And
and Kane
with
and
McMahon,
McMahon.
yeah, it just all connected together. I mean, if we was to have that now, like imagine Cody won the title at WrestleMania beating Roman, then he loses it on Raw. You know how much people would have been pissed?
Okay, not on Raw.
Or
Like
SmackDown.
no, like do
I
the
see what
math. Stone Cold lost it at King of the Ring, a pay per view, which I'm fine with. But that was he won it in March, April, May, June. He Stone Cold first title reign was 3 months.
right,
That's what I'm saying. Like you guys can lose the belt in a 3 month time span, a 4 month. You don't have to have the belt for a whole year, bro. You don't.
correct.
Stone Cold, Mount Rushmore, GOAT,
Of
first
course.
title reign, lost it in 3 months. He didn't get pinned, submitted, but it was a stipulation match. But you know what? He got it back. And then you do the math, he dropped it in September. So June, July, August, so 3 months later, he dropped the belt. And that's where Kane and Taker both pinned him. Now there's no champ for a whole month. And Stone Cold never got the belt back until WrestleMania 15.
Yeah,
So if they can go ahead and go through that cycle and do it, a Roman could have done it. A Cody Rhodes could have done it. Like we don't need the year long. Roman's like I said, Roman's different. That was a anomaly. It built the bloodline. It was different layers. That's totally different. The Cody stuff we've been saying for months. He should have dropped the belt at Saturday Night Main Event, the KO in December. Got it
sure.
back at the Royal Rumble, which is fine by me. And then you go into a WrestleMania, your path to WrestleMania. But I'm just to circle back, the King stuff from 98 would have been an uproar now,
Agreed.
like for no reason.
I think it would have been, but again, like we said before, we're fans. We like this. We don't take
Yeah.
come back into it. It's just a part of it. It's a part of life.
Listen, man. Until the day you work there or the day I work there, we can't say shit, bro. We're just gonna keep on watching and be entertained.
Watch it, be entertained. I'm gonna wear the merch, watch the shows,
That's right,
pay $15 for subscription, and try not to go broke. You feel me?
bro. Remember when they would like 39.99, 49.99 for the show back in the days, like in your house,
Yo,
1999
they were like 39 or 25.99. The only expensive pay-per-view was WrestleMania, which was
WrestleMania,
$50, $50 on Cablevision on pay-per-view. But
bro.
then after like '05, they went up to $60. I'm like, God.
Bugging.
I'm like, man, now
They
like
started getting the illegal boxes.
illegal boxes, and then everything went to WWE Network,
Yep.
and then which is oh man, what a gem, WWE Network. Man,
Yeah, man. That was something special.
yeah, WWE Network, man, that was one of the greatest.
Yeah.
One of
And
the most,
everybody follows suit. All these Hulus and Netflix and Paramount and now
yeah, we got
Amazon Prime. You followed that blueprint.
man. I'm about to say, you know how many subscriptions now we got? We got to watch Peacock. We have Peacock and Netflix to watch our wrestling.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's
wrestling
crazy.
rules. Wrestling rules.
Um, so we talk about Chamber. We wrapped up SmackDown, and then all we have left is to watch this PLE tomorrow and see what happens. Then we right back at it after. So listen, man,
What
I
time that
just
starts?
a 7.
Okay.
So, but let's say by the time 10:30, I think no beyond 11, that show would end, and obviously they had their own press conference and whatnot. But once it's over, within the next 10-15 minutes, we rolling. I think it should be me. I think it should be Terrence working on
Yeah,
my boy Cornell Gunther. He does stuff with WWE games. So he's like,
THQ.
yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna be like,
You
yo,
probably follow him. If not, I'll share you his Twitter. But he does help out with that, and I asked him. He said, "I'm down." So as of right now, it should be the four of us to for the post elimination chamber stuff, and then after that, bro, we on the road to WrestleMania.
Here Comes the Pain was one of the best wrestling games I love.
Oh, bro, I mean, I think he wasn't there for that. I think
Oh,
the
never
more
mind.
the 2K stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, 2K. Yeah,
okay.
but Here Comes the Pain
That was one of the
was
top
dope.
wrestling games.
You can follow first of all the 230 plus. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you,
You
thank you.
tapping in, whether you tapped in for 1 second or not. Anthony, Ice, a few others who've been chiming in. Thank you. We appreciate y'all. Hope to see you guys tomorrow night following the chamber. Kenny Holt on Twitter at Cowabunga _K_E_N. Myself, Rainy J Cruz, RENDY. Letter J C R U Z. Find the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also on Amazon Music. Go to youtube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Go ahead, download, rate, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Show some love and support for your boys on the program. If you're still watching, here you go. The link to the ProWrestlingTees.com/Cruise Control for the 2 out 3 Falls podcast t-shirt. Now live on ProWrestlingTees.com/Cruise Control. Appreciate your love and support when it comes to that as well. From myself, Kenny Holt, and the entire crew. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Enjoy the chamber,
Yes,
and
sir.
let's have some interesting conversations tomorrow night. All right.
Wrestling rules, baby.
Oh boy, I
Wrestling's
can't.
life.
I can't wait for this shit, bro.
Oh,
I'm telling you, man. Listen, if Liv is the winner, I'm telling you, man, I fucking told you. Or if Drew wins that shit, I mean, I fucking told you. Drew
Bianca
McIntyre.
wins. You're damn right. It was me, Jade. CM.
Jay got to pull up, man. Jay got to be. This can't go on, and she got to do something, bro.
CM Punk is gonna call in that favor. Now, what we gonna see?
I don't
Cody's
know.
gonna say, "I'm not with you, Rock. Your soul is mine."
Oh boy.
Hey,
All right, y'all. See you tomorrow night.
all right, yeah. Be
All
safe.
right, bet.